Still here at WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. And like literally, what a beautiful morning just like popped into my head. Uh
Beautiful morning.
well, thank you. Go ahead with that rendition.
Yeah,
I
that's what you're
think
talking
I'll what we doing? Go out
side.
for a while.
Yeah, wow. When you don't necessarily know if you know the words, yeah, that's that rendition.
Good morning to young Carvey. What up, player? How you doing this morning? Good, good. He all quiet and subdued. It's so funny, y'all. Y'all haven't seen Harvey. Like, we got to make sure he get in one of the shots. So he a slim young brother. You would
Oh,
not think this boy's voice would be as deep as it is. And then he said, like, for real? You looking like Shaquille O'Neal about to walk up in here. But he is a great addition to the team. So I want to say good morning to this brother. What up, K Sweezy? How you doing, babe?
man. It's a bittersweet morning. It's a beautiful morning. Um, I hate to do it, but I
What?
must do it because yesterday morning, after you left, I lost a longtime neighborhood family member, and the community lost a very energetic player. Um, brother, brother Keith Burks, or a lot of you know him as Keith X. He was with the nation. Passed away yesterday morning at his job.
No, Keith who used to run the Valvoline up on
Valvoline.
Capitol.
Yes.
Hold it up right here. Can they see it?
Yes. The Valvoline, and actually he had switched over to the Take 5 up at over by the Office of Wellness, Community Wellness and Safety on 76 the Mill Road.
What happened to Keith?
At this point, we believe it was a heart attack while he was at work, but
No way.
Yeah, Mr. Roger Bike, Mr. Energetic, Mr. Workout.
This boy used to talk so crazy to me.
Oh, all the time.
Man.
Wait a minute. That's what I had to say. 33 years for me. He ain't never changed. He's alive.
Like, I think he has probably touched every vehicle I have owned, including my current one, since I had my 240 SX Nissan. This boy, even when I could go to the dealership to get oil changes, I would come mess with him.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I know y'all overcharging me, for this foolishness. So I made sure like I only dealt with him. I'm like, whatever your discount is, that's what I need. Because y'all are here like robbing people. But he had the best attitude.
Oh yeah.
Always, man, I'm so sorry.
And talking to
I didn't know he was in the nation.
Oh yeah, that's when I seen him.
Do you know how ignorant this man talks?
Yeah.
I can't
Wait a
believe
minute. When he not with the nation.
Yeah. You know how foolish this boy was.
I'm not gonna lie. My last man show, Willie Wade came in and just gave me some real. He was reflecting on the transition from Eric and when I started out here, and Willie Wade got a way of looking at you when he talked to you real serious. And he was talking about, how he noticed how nervous I was and how unsure I was about really stepping out. And
when you first started?
When I first started out in community work and stuff and really the man show and whatnot, but and on the mic for myself. But I'm gonna tell you, when I walked out and saw my dude with the nation and he was Dapper Dan down,
oh yeah,
I said, "Oh, we done made it. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? And I said that at the balloon release, like he was my release because we really, we stomped down 41st and North, 30-something years. So
well, I can't imagine the both of y'all together because his mouth. His mouth
with the clap.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I tell you,
well, you gotta be trained for that.
On site, I was ready to mess him up. And then like he would see me out in the community and talk real slick.
Oh yeah.
And bros would turn around like, "How you know him? Ignore him. I don't know him. Just ignore him."
Yeah. So, and when you see,
I ain't never seen him suited and booted. I had
no idea. You ain't never seen him? Oh
no, I've never seen that. I've always
wait
seen
a minute,
him in
girl.
street gear.
Wait a minute,
his work clothes.
Oh God, no.
So I am very, very sad to
and he had, what is that? Is that I'm gonna tell you what's funny.
He had vitiligo.
So listen.
Or vitiligo.
So listen. So I'm glad you said wow, because I got a cassette tape. We just had a demo. We was recording back in the day, live wire 860 WNOV. This was Wayne ZK. Like his nickname, his handle was Pinkleton.
Okay.
So he took that and he would dress according to it matched my spots.
That's just so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday morning we lost some. Y'all might have saw that on the news because somebody, by the time I got up there, they said they had already ran it up at the 5 minute
You just
whatever.
never know. You just
Yeah,
never
yeah, yeah.
know. And I saw him not too long ago. You never know. You never know. In fact, my last oil change, he did it. That's just crazy.
Somebody told me every time they went up to Valvoline, they would not have. They would take the caps for their tires. He said he knew he was a good dude. He said he'd go up there and end up talking to him. Oil change ended up taking about an hour.
Yeah,
and then he
like
said
you could never just get in and get out.
he said
Like,
he knew he
come
was a
on,
good
man.
dude because he'd be like, "Hey, give him 4 caps."
Yeah,
He said that way.
he
knew
was
left with
he was
caps.
excellent.
Dude. Keith
Man,
Burks.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to
Yeah.
hear that. That was a good brother.
And a lot of people that don't recognize right now, when you see him, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's."
I mean, yeah, because he had vitiligo. Number one, it was just, and he had it on his face, around by his mouth, and definitely on his hands. And because I used to mess with him, I'm like, well, dude, when is you gonna turn all the way? I'm like, it didn't take Michael Jackson this long.
See, that's why you got it. That's why you got it.
Because I was like, this don't take all day, man. Michael Jackson turned white in like 25 minutes, and your vitiligo just all on CP time. You need to come on. So he would like make faces like, did you just seriously come for my stuff?
Yeah.
So we used to have them conversations.
Same dude since 89, 90. So, and that's another reason because, in our generation, he was always a live wire. Maybe about 51, 52.
Yeah.
But always was a live wire, always was entertaining. Always brought laughter. So
thank you for making the community aware. Definitely thank you for telling me. And it's so crazy. Yesterday, State Representative Lakeisha Myers has been hosting events all week for Black History Month. And so yesterday we were over at Rooted MKE Bookstore. And one of the very first books that I saw, and I actually went Facebook Live so people can see the video of what I'm talking about.
Saw that.
One of the very first books that I saw, it was called I Love My Spots. And it literally was about a young Black girl who had vitiligo, which is what people believe that Michael Jackson had, although, he had some advanced stuff. But a treatment, a chronic autoimmune disorder that causes patches of skin to lose pigment of color. So in African Americans, and I know quite a few people who have vitiligo, and you see that their skin is discolored in spots. And there are some people who go to great lengths to cover it up. Other people, depending on how much of their body is impacted, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
And and I have seen, and I'm trying to see if it's 2 companies. One, I believe, was Vaseline, but that have embraced African American women who have this condition. And so you see them in commercials. I've seen them on the runway. And this was something before where people would be embarrassed or people were picked on and made fun of. And, I just so appreciate the work that's been done to educate people. So when I go in this Black-owned bookstore, and I see this is one of the first books on the shelf, I'm like, you just go like, I'm home. The event yesterday was just phenomenal. And it's crazy. When you do the work, you don't even have to be there for the work to happen and to continue. So Representative Myers is the only legislator in the Black Caucus that committed to do an entire week of programming for Black History Month every day. For 5 days, entire week, she committed to do that. And this is something that she and Senator Taylor and other legislators had done over the years. But, like I said, it is what it is this year. Like I said, I wrote an article, you don't miss your water till the well runs dry. Senator Taylor would have never allowed for there to be no programming the first and second week, first week of Black History Month, third week. She just would have never allowed it. She would have never allowed it. And so State Representative Myers, holding true to the legacy, she did a full week of programming. So the first day they showed a video in Madison. And I got to get I think it's called The Right to Read. I got to get it because it's going to be shown tomorrow here in Milwaukee at Vincent High School with a panel discussion. But it was excellent in Madison on Monday, and then today, and it was so cool because she provided lunch, and people could come in and eat. So yesterday over at Rooted MKE, an opportunity to support a Black business, she purchased books by Maya Smart, who I interviewed yesterday on Facebook. It didn't register for me right away that this was Shaka Smart's wife. And I'm just like, Smart, why is it just a total da-dun-da-dun. Like, why is this name so
You weren't
familiar
very
to me?
smart. Yes,
Yeah, I wasn't very smart.
Mhm.
But Maya Smart has written this book called Reading for Our Lives. And it's a literacy action plan from birth to six. And so this book is so absolutely cool. I love that Michael Eric Dyson, who also is a author himself, he wrote a co-authored a book called Unequal: A Story of America, but he called this book a brilliant, timely, and life-changing book. And Maya Smart talks, she's a journalist, and she talks about when it was time for her child to go to school. She was shocked to discover that a good education in America is a long shot in ways that few parents fully appreciate. And she talked about the fact that our current approach to literacy offers too little, too late, and attempting to play catch up when our kids get to kindergarten can no longer be our default strategy. What did I say about my grandson? That in talking to his mom and talking to educators, one of the things that I realized is that most of our children are behind the eight ball. Keon, bring that call up. I see that's Rep Myers. Okay, thank you. That most of our kids are already behind the eight ball when they step in the building in K4. That as parents and grandparents, we didn't know and don't fully understand what the expectations are for education and the skills that our children should already possess the minute they hit the door. So let me bring her up. I see she's calling in. Hey, Representative Myers, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So you must have heard me talking about you.
I did. I did.
So the week of events that you have planned, the event last night was, I just had a great time. You had invited in quote celebrity readers. So we had tell folks who you had invited in. I'll just let you do it.
The celebrity readers. Thank you to all of them. We had some of our illustrious school board directors, Aisha Carr, Marva Herndon from District 1, and our citywide representative, Missy Zomber, were there to read to students. And of course, we had our radio personality, Michelle Bryant, was there.
And I never read. I sat down and got read too. I was with the kids. I was like, read the book to me. And look, and we had some unexpected guests, readers, because some of the kids came in and they read to the adults.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
well,
and so
that was beautiful.
oh, it was
The
cool.
little homies.
Yeah,
going on. That's the best thing.
And so, and let me just say, the reason why I'm telling Representative Myers about her own event is because you actually were not there. You were at the state capitol yesterday.
Right. So I was at the state capitol. We're wrapping up the legislative session, so we had to go in and vote on a bunch of bills last night. So I actually missed my own event. So I was trying to sneak and watch it on Facebook and all of those things. So.
Well, I just want to tell
you, we had staff that were there that made sure that it kept going on. So,
well, I want to tell you, yep, your staff was on point. Senator Taylor's, now Judge Taylor's, our office, because we have partnered with your office on this event. So we all were there and we held it down, but I didn't. Ravel Warren from our office, Justin Fields from our office, and Christina. Now I never know how to say Christina's last name.
Analapo.
Thank you. I can't do it. And so, but Christina, they all held it down while I had the opportunity to run around and be a kid. And let me just say this real quick. I bought books for me, and the first one, Artivist, by Nicholas Smith. This is one of the most beautiful books ever about a young Black child who is an activist through art. Of course, I bought the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, The Courage to Dream, and it is beautiful. Oh my God, I love this book. But I did not know, and I said this on my Facebook post, that the 1619 Project, the book by Nicole Hannah Jones,
mm-hmm.
that has drawn so much ire from conservatives and Republicans, and it's got to be banned. She's a racist because she told the truth about the inception of slavery in this country. I had no idea that the 1619 Project had done a version of their work for children. And so this book is called Born on the Water. And Nicole Hannah-Jones and Renee Watson did it. And when I say, and the same person who did the illustrations for the book Artivist did the illustrations for this book.
Oh, okay.
These are some of the most beautiful books. Like literally, I bought them because they are like pieces of art to me. The other two books I bought, and this one I actually bought for you, Representative Myers.
Okay.
It is a book by Roberta Flack.
Oh, well, I'm in there.
And the book is called The Green Piano, How Little Me Found Music. And it's this adorable little black girl, feet swinging from the bench of the piano, and she is playing a green piano. And I was like, yep, this Representative Myers, because your feet still swing from your little bench.
You gotta have the clouds on and play the piano at church.
She be at church playing, and her feet swinging from the bench. And then the last book that I bought is called Our Table, and this book is really, really cool. And it shows different issues around the family, having, eating dinner together, and the importance and significance of the table and what that means of shared time together. So that's what I bought. But the other thing that I loved is that we were also able to give books to children that attended. But what blew me away is that in addition to the books that we gave away, all of those parents walked out of there buying books.
Wow.
And
that's the goal.
The parents walked out of there buying books. And you had given away, you had purchased for people to that attended to be able to receive the Reading for Our Lives books, which I thought was really cool too.
Yes, absolutely. Maya Payne Smart is an excellent author. I've worked with her before. She has become a champion of reading advocacy for parents and making sure that the parents understand. This has kind of been a common theme the last few years when we've talked about the fact that sometimes our kids are behind when they get to school because some parents still operate under the mindset that you send your child to school to learn how to read. And we're like, no, as an educator, I've learned in practice that, the more prepared your child is when they walk into kindergarten, the better off they are. So sometimes students come in and they're already behind when they don't already know how to read for comprehension when they come through the door. So I've been on a mission trying to make sure that parents understand what is expected when kids come into the building when it comes to reading and literacy skills.
So let me just ask the question, because you showed this movie on Monday in Madison. You're showing it tomorrow at Vincent High School. What is the film or the documentary that you are showing regarding?
It's called The Right to Read.
The Right to Read. Okay.
The Right to Read, yes, is the collaboration. The documentary is a collaboration with the NAACP that it helped create the film.
Now you're saying like national NAACP?
Yes, the national NAACP. It started with a brother out of Oakland, with the Oakland NAACP, but it has spread to become a national initiative as far as literacy is concerned. The NAACP, as well as the National Alliance of Black School Educators. So making sure that literacy is the next great frontier in civil rights. So that's where we are with this particular message, and wanting to make sure that everybody sees this documentary. It has, the science of reading is something that has kind of become a groundswell movement between parents, civil rights advocates, and making sure that we change state laws, local laws, and that school districts are on board with making sure that they have the correct materials so students can actually learn how to read and are reading for comprehension and phonetic sake. Something that used to be a no-brainer, but with the reading wars of the last 30 years, a lot of schools and school districts went to balanced literacy or whole language instruction. And that did not help all of our students learn how to read. Sometimes you have these materials where students are guessing words and, just calling words or looking at pictures to guess what is on the page and not actually reading and sounding out words and letters to make sure that that is what is happening. So we want to make sure the parents and community members understand what is going on. This shift that we're moving back to phonics as a basic part of reading instruction. That is the case in Wisconsin. We just passed Act 20 earlier this legislative session. With all parties being on board with this, there was a fiscal note attached to that, so there's funding that is coming. And how we approach reading and reading instruction has changed in Wisconsin. So I want people to understand this is where we're moving to, and to be on board with that and understand that we need everybody to do their part, parents included. So the right to read will be shown tomorrow at Vincent High School. We will be starting with the Education Resource Fair at the school. So if you have young people that you want to come and learn more about summer programming or programs that are available to them, pre-college programs that are available to them, if you are a program or a summer program, Boys and Girls Club, Beckham Stapleton Little League, all of those folks, we've invited them to come to the Educational Resource Fair tomorrow. If there are still organizations that would like to table at Vincent, please call my office today so that we can make sure we have room for you. You can call our office at 608-266-5813 to make sure that your club or organization is represented, because we want to give you access and audience to those parents and community members that may come for the Education Resource Fair and then come for the documentary.
So what time does the documentary start?
The documentary starts at 6. I think it's at 6 o'clock. Yes, 6 o'clock. I'm trying to remember the times. I know the resource fair starts at 5. The documentary will start at 6. So we want to make sure, and we'll have a talk back after that with some folks. So we have invited some community leaders to come in and talk to, from parents to educators, to talk about, reading and how that is, again, like I said, the next great civil rights frontier.
So let me just
Now,
say this.
Today,
wait. Rep Myers,
Okay.
before you move on. So I just want to do, because I went to pull up some quick stats that were shared in the Right to Read.
Okay.
56% of Black fourth graders, 50% of Hispanic fourth graders, and 57% of American Indian or Alaska Native fourth graders are reading below basic. If you are reading at below basic, it means that you cannot read.
Right.
70% of fourth graders who are identified as students with disabilities are reading below basic levels. 67% of fourth graders who are English learners are reading below basic levels. 52% of fourth graders eligible for free and reduced lunch are reading below basic levels. So again, if you are reading below basic, it means, bless you back, it means that you cannot read. I just had to say that, because when you think about how many of our students, even though we've changed now the whole criteria around free and reduced lunch, but when you think about some of those stats, that should scare anybody.
Right.
And even as a collective, if I don't have children at home, but I got children that are my nieces and nephews, what I can do to get this information to make sure that they're on track. So go ahead though, because I know you have an event happening today that I am also going to be attending. So what's happening today?
So today, everybody knows that I work heavily with Versity, the Blood Center of Wisconsin, as one of their ambassadors. I'm doing that because we are trying to get the word out about, number one, individuals donating blood, because people like me who have end-stage renal disease, sometimes we have to have blood transfusions. I've had at least 3 in my life, and that is something that has helped keep me alive. And I'm trying to get everybody that can and that is willing to donate blood. So today is our annual Black History Month blood drive. We are hosting it at Destiny High School, which is located on 76 in Good Hope. So So Destiny High School is in the district, is one of our partners. They are hosting the blood drive for us today from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. I'm asking, we have about 4 slots left for individuals who want to come in and donate blood. Our local hospitals are in desperate need, of individuals to donate blood so they can have blood on hand for people. Things happen, car accidents, whatever, may go on. You never know when you, as an individual, may need a reserve of blood. So we're asking folks to come in and donate blood today if you are willing to do that. Michelle will be donating blood today. My dad will be donating blood today. They've been voluntold that they're donating blood. So
You are
because we need
ridiculous. You are
people to
ridiculous.
donate blood today. So I'm asking everybody that can to come in. Keon, what you doing later today? You can donate blood. Carly, what you doing? You can donate blood.
Well, I donate blood if you can tell me my blood type. Other than that, I'm going to the
They
center.
will actually tell you your blood type. They will do the typing for your blood.
What time is the drive?
9 a.m. until 12 noon today.
I'm on the plantation.
And you can walk in. They take walk-ins to donate blood. And if you donate or attempt to donate blood today, you will get tickets, movie passes for the, I believe it's Marcus.
Oh, I'm getting movie passes? What?
Yes, you get movie passes.
You're taking me to see Bob Marley?
If you want to see Bob Marley, you get a movie pass. You can see it for free.
So I get your daddy's movie passes too, because he ain't going to no movie. So I'm gonna get Fox's movie passes too. Love it. And just let me say real quick about that. The Red Cross has put out specific calls for Black blood donors amid a national crisis in terms of these disasters that we've had. There is a huge shortage. They had talked about back in September of last year that there had been a 25% drop in blood donations just since that previous month. And I have been someone that has been in surgery. And I remember before going into surgery, my blood type wasn't available in enough quantity. And the individual that was responsible for, if anything happened in surgery and I had to have more blood, they would not proceed with the procedure until my blood, additional blood type was brought in. And so like literally, the doctors was like, this is routine. Everything will be fine. And sure enough, something happened. And I ended up having to have, I had to have quite a bit of blood. And even before they released me from the hospital, I had to have an additional transfusion before I was even released. So I am someone who has benefited as well. So thank you so much for this programming. And she is right. I'll be donating this morning.
And let me just say this. This goes hand in hand with when I talk about organ and tissue donations. Everybody knows I've talked about having kidney disease and needing a kidney. We actually had and honored 2 hometown heroes yesterday in the Capitol from Representative Shanklin's district, who this man is in his 60s, and he has ridden his bike across the country raising funds and awareness for organ donation. He's donated a kidney and liver, a piece of his liver, to a person that needed a transplant. His wife has also been an organ donor. So we are also giving information about organ donation. You can be a living donor, and you can also be a deceased donor. Upon your death, you can get the orange dot on your driver's license,
which I have.
Yep, as well. To get the orange dot on your driver's license, and you can donate, your body to somebody else, or portions of your body to someone else. Kidney, liver, pancreas, cornea. Some people need cornea transplants. And I know a woman who's had 2 cornea transplants because she had keratoconus, which is an eye disorder. And we always laugh and say she has 22-year-old eyes because the person that passed away, she was able to get their cornea. And it helped her to be able to see without glasses. So, or without, the other items that she needed. So we can help each other. And one thing I will say is that the African American community, we rank at the top as far as kidney dialysis and needing kidneys and other organs, but we do not donate at the level that we should. So if you can help somebody else,
Because you
please
know
do
why people
what you
scared.
can.
Like if I mess around and give you one of my kidneys and then I need one, like you already know how we think, man. Like
I might need
I
that.
might need that.
Hey, I understand, but when it comes to needing organs, we rank higher on the list of needs than we do as far as donations.
All right.
So you can do that. There are children, Black children that need, kidneys, and we can help with that. So just understanding that we have our need outpaces our donation level, and that shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
So trying to make sure that we understand Sister Tani Boston, the First Lady from Lamb of God Church. It works for Versity, and she has done a good job with the CODAR program, making sure that we get churches involved in understanding their role in helping with blood donation and organ, eye, and tissue donation. So if you have any questions, please reach out to Tani Boston at Versity. She has been, the person that helped me become an ambassador for the Blood Center, and making sure that's when you see me on those billboards still. Yeah, that's who got me on that billboard.
See?
And making sure that, she's gotten the Divine Nine involved, the project that she did with the art gallery for the Divine Nine, with individuals who had been Divine Nine members that were, organ transplant recipients. So I did a big project with them for that. So that is something that we're trying to make sure that our community is, understanding that we can help. So please, ma'am, please, sir, if you have time today, you can drop in and come to Destiny High School on 76th and Good Hope, and to donate blood today, because we need blood donors. Like I said, I knew yesterday we had about 4 slots left within the 11 o'clock hour, I believe. So you can come on in and donate blood if you are so inclined today. I want us to have walk-ins and enough people to donate blood today. So please help us with that.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative Myers. You have a great remainder of your day. And yep, I'll be coming to donate blood as soon as I get out. Well, yeah.
Go get our movie passes.
All right. Have a good day now. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You.
All right, y'all. I got to take a quick break. That was a whole lot of information to pack in.
I'm serious. Bob Marley movie come out today. You taking me? I ain't asked. I voluntold.
There's a lot of that going around
lately.
Let me tell you what.
When the bullies start to whine.
Let me holler at you during the break.
Yeah,
we'll be right back, y'all.
set it straight for your people.
Yes, yes. Welcome back to the show, folks. Michelle Bryant, WNOV 860 AM 106.5 FM. Say something real. Got a caller on the line. Let me get them in. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty fair. But listen, what I wanted to ask about with that reading for children.
Yes.
Now, quite a while ago, they used to push hooked on phonics, and I was wondering, was that still a good method for children to learn to read?
Well, I tell you what, I know Representative Myers should be listening. I know she has a television interview around 8 or so for the blood drive, but I'm gonna actually let an educator answer that question. So I will get an answer, and if you keep listening, I'll announce it over the air. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, got another what?
I mean, do you need an educator to tell you that to be able to speak phonetically and understand languages? I think it's
because there are different schools of thought. There have people that actually went away from that, like literally. I remember
like the new math.
Yeah, I'm just saying there are different.
I thought they was playing with the new math. I had so many grown folks say I can't do that.
We literally had a student that was doing her homework at the event last night at Rooted MKE, and this baby was doing math, and I was messing with her, and I said, "Let me see your homework. Let me see what you're working on." Me and two other adults, all with college degrees, stood and looked at her paper like, "Yeah, take this back." What
is different about the math? I haven't seen it.
Like, no, we could have solved it the way we learned how to do it, but they do it. There are different steps that they take now that they don't use the same methodology. Even though you get to the same answer, they don't use the same methodology that we used. And so literally one of my coworkers said, all I gotta do is take a picture of this problem in an AI app, and it'll tell me how to solve this problem. Like, just take a picture of the problem. You ain't even got to type the problem in. Take a picture of the problem in this AI app, and it'll tell you what the answer should be to this math question. That's how crazy AI is. And Carvey just said you was using that in school. You see? And this is the thing too. And I'm glad what school did you go to, Carvey? He went to Milwaukee Lutheran. This was the thing I said about MPS, because where MPS is running from artificial intelligence and not teaching our kids how to interface with it responsibly, in some cases, suburban school districts are running to AI because it literally is the future. I mean, like, and it's already here. It's already being employed. Like I said, my 4-year-old grandson wrote a whole book with AI, typed the whole thing in, got his illustrations from AI, but we got people in our district that don't want to teach our children this technology because they think they're going to abuse it and cheat to do their work.
So did he really write it if AI wrote it?
No, he wrote the book. AI did the illustrations.
Okay.
So he literally typed in his story.
Because these papers, I know you can tell it what to do and it'll write the paper.
Yeah, oh no, it can do that too.
So I was like,
but he actually he typed in his own story, but what he did on AI is he said, I want a monster. I want it to be purple. I want it to have a whole bunch of teeth and big eyes. And then the AI program took what he said, and it gave him 4 options to choose from for his monsters. So he used AI for illustrations.
So I wish my man had a mic over there. Just like, so you use AI in school for what? Like,
I mean, you use it for a variety of things. I was using it for math, like you mentioned.
Harvey said he was using it for math.
I mean, like, how math? Just like So you was putting the problem in there and it was giving you the answer?
No, you can literally, like, it's a scanner. So when you put your phone and take a picture of the problem, it take the picture, analyze the problem, and then give you the answer to it and break it down in steps to show you how it's solved.
So for folks that couldn't fully hear Carvey, he was saying that you could scan the math problem, and then it'll break that problem down step by step, show you how to solve that problem, and give you the answer. But it shows you how to solve the problem.
Right, and that was my point. And just, I guess it's like typing versus muscle memory from hand to mind. When we used to write, ain't nobody write no more. But even in the psychology part of health, mental health, they say writing and journaling by hand helps release. So I mean, what are you?
But you're not still. I mean, it's
What are
not
we-
like
I
you're
mean-
losing that. You're just simply learning how to do this problem. And so think about how
So
many
just
times
like
you've
going
been
to the
in.
book.
It's like having a tutor standing over
Okay,
you,
I got
walking
you, I
you
got
through
you,
this
I
whole
got you, I got
process.
you, I
I mean,
got you.
think about how many times we left class.
It depends on how you use it. Because if you just using it,
Yeah, you can misuse
And
it.
that's my thing.
Yeah, but we can't run from that. That's what MPS is doing. They don't trust the kids with this technology, but this technology is literally how things are going to be done. And we either are going to. The NAACP local chapter just did a session on AI with members. You literally are going to learn how to responsibly use this and embrace it, or you are going to be in work situations and scenarios where this is a part of the work and you have no idea or familiarity with this concept to be able to use it. Used responsibly, AI is the bomb.
Yeah.
We got to stop thinking that our kids, oh, they gonna cheat. Oh, they not gonna. If they want to cheat, they gonna cheat regardless.
Well, yeah.
If they look at, what did we do? We used to look on other people's paper. We used to write it down in our palm of our hand. We used to have that little cheat sheet that we'll bring out and slip under our paper. If you really want to cheat, you gonna cheat. But if you trying to honestly learn how to use this and to solve a problem, and you don't have people because think about how many kids don't have folks in their house that can teach them how to do some of this work. So before AI, I had kids that would go to the internet because there would be math teachers who had put up on YouTube how to do certain mathematical equations and, how to solve problems and in different subject matters. So it's another version of that, but we cannot run from this, and we are putting our children at a deficit if we don't teach them how to responsibly use it.
You know what it puts me in the mind of? Respectfully, though, the mark of the beast. When I got you dependent on another system, so you don't have to learn, you don't have to use it.
We use a computer. We use a calculator.
But this is a young man talking to now.
But I think that you got to be willing to acknowledge that, number one, if I got program software that can reduce the amount of time that we do, nobody's saying you don't need to actually learn how to do it. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't know how to, if I just give you pen, paper, and write the problem, you shouldn't know how to walk through those steps. But as you get into work situations where you need to quickly process information, you need to quickly make things happen, there's a purpose for it. It's just like audiobooks. You can listen to an audiobook all day long. But I am a person that still prefers the actual book. I want to touch the pages.
But
I want to read.
Because you are a person that is rooted in that. That's what I'm saying. It's creating, when I say mark of the beast, the control of the hand and the head. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking it. But once again, you already are rooted in that. I deal with generations of kids
that don't do it.
That's like, cook what? For how long? That's going to take too long. 20 minutes?
We definitely got a microwave. Minutes? We got a microwave society.
20 Carvey, minutes to cook 45 what?
Hang on, Carvey, you trying to get in?
I'm just saying, like, imagine how that's gonna be like 30 years from
now. Okay, yeah, we got the Jetsons up in here, right straight
now,
up.
Right now, AI is like, it's like dang near the most advanced thing in this world right now.
It is.
So imagine how that's gonna be 30 years from now, 50 years from now.
In terms of what? Like, but no,
elevating. You
mean like so?
As far as how they I don't know if you know, but 2020 they stopped making fuel cars. Like all the companies, it's no more. They're not making any more gasoline cars. They're making electric cars from here on out.
Right, and that's what. And so let me ask you. So do you think that's a problem?
Oh yeah.
Why? And tell me why you think it's a problem.
It's not natural. It's separating natural from unnatural. And everything that's unnatural is non-humane. That's not human. It's the devil.
So I'm gonna say this.
Hey man, and I say,
I'm gonna say, callers, I see y'all. I'm gonna say this. I think that there is a place for both. I think that we are supposed to advance. We put a man on the moon. We are supposed to advance. And I mean, number one, God didn't make us brilliant for us never to use the brilliance. for people that believe in faith and have religion. He didn't make us this smart for us never to use it, to be afraid of the gifts that he has given us.
Right.
It's about being responsible.
Yeah.
And and if you got decency and faith along with the technology, but just because this is the thing, people have figured out ways to do wrong,
right,
as long as there have been people.
As long as you can understand the cycle. Remember what that reel where the football coach said his mentor told him, hard times create strong men create easy times times create weak men. Yeah. Weak men create hard times.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
you know what I'm saying?
But think about, but think, and I'm a proponent.
Don't talk about what's wrong 50 years from now, like he said.
And look, I'm a proponent. I say it to people all the time. I say it to my friends all the time. I'm like, look, in our quest to give our kids what we didn't have, we giving our kids a lot of nothing. Because we all know you appreciate the value of $1 when you earn it versus when it's given to you. So, yeah, Carl, you want to say something, Carvey?
And that was my point.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know if y'all know about the transition from 4G to 5G.
Yes.
Y'all know about that?
Yeah, go ahead and say it though.
See, now that's something different. That's the most advanced thing we got going on right now. But as more years come, we develop, like you said, humans, we what's the word again? Evolve or
advance.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, evolve. So the more years to come, like this stuff is just gonna get more advanced and more advanced.
And the reality, a lot of it exists. We just don't know about
it.
That's like we're talking about AI, but people in the industry will tell you AI been around for over 20 years.
Right.
They've been working on this for a long time. So, I mean,
they trying to get in on that.
Okay.
They never stopped.
Okay, so let's get some calls in real quick. Young Carvey that had to get from behind the screen. Come to the mic. So can I go to the phone or I take commercial?
We got a couple minutes. We got a minute.
Okay, let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Cheryl?
Yes.
Hey, Keon. Hey, dig it.
Dig it.
Hey. hey, I got to be discreet because I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And I teach algebra and trigonometry.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say the school, Riverside University High School.
Thank you for your discreetness. Okay.
Okay. Hey, dig it. But I realized that the old methods that you and I learned, it still works. But I know my students, they have a problem understanding the concept. The critical thinking part ain't there. The problem solving part is there. See, I had a problem with them using the AI technology at first until I saw their confidence build, and they said, "But brother, Mr. Moore," told my name. They say, "Is that cheating?" I said, "No, brothers and sisters, they doing it in the suburban schools and the white schools. I'm going to tell you, by any means necessary, get that knowledge. If it works for you, bring your confidence up. As long as you can explain to me the process and the theory behind it, it's a win-win. Can you dig it?"
Got it.
And one last thing.
Yes, sir.
If you ever want to get a student mad at you, ask them to read. Because they know the words, but they do not know the meanings. And that's the problem. I ask them. I said, "What's the definition? What does it mean?" They don't know. They really don't know. They can say the words, but they don't know the meaning. And then when I give them the meanings, then they give me their interpretation, and it's wrong. And that's a problem.
All right, thank you, bro.
Hey, all right, my Black Student Union sister.
Hey, now.
hey, be at you forever.
That's right, forever. Thank you, bro.
And I always say that, not even with the kids. I always say with adults, I get into a lot of things, and I'll be like, "What did you get out of what was just said?" You know what I'm saying? And then you say it again 5 times. Like, I didn't see it that way.
Yeah,
but I haven't changed the language. I said the same thing 19, and this ain't just kids.
But it's a number of things though that impact that. Let me go to the phone line, try and get these people in. Hey caller, what's happening?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm calling to make a contribution to the discussion about AI.
Okay.
I just want to say that you all are absolutely right, with the exception of the whole it's ungodly and it's unmanly. Like that's nonsense. Please, y'all, don't embrace the whole electric cars being, unmanly or whatever it was saying. The reality is AI isn't only the future, it's everything. So right now, Black folk, y'all are in possession of more personal wealth than you all have ever been, right? And we are on the precipice of a new technological evolution that's going to literally explode and make so many people rich. I don't know how many services there are that can help people like get on their feet and get their financial awareness up. But like 20 years ago, no, more than 20 years, like 30 years ago, it was like people sitting down talking about Amazon. It was people sitting down talking about Facebook and Yahoo and all these other companies. And they didn't even, and older than that, before that, it was the internet. People didn't know if it would work or not. And there were a few people that took the plunge, they jumped in and they ended up becoming millionaires. Well, this is an opportunity for everybody to do their personal research, get on their feet, pull some money together, and invest in something that is literally going to, it's everything. AI can't only be used to write papers. It can't only be used to, generate photos. Like it creates, there was a president in another country that was a convicted felon. He was in prison. He won the election from prison, and his political party to create a video of him accepting the election or the nomination, him winning or whatever. They used AI to generate his voice and video to present it to the public as him winning.
Right.
So like this is literally everything. It's literally everything.
Fake.
If you got some money, even if you don't have money, find a way to invest in these companies because they are going to make people outrageously rich. You're literally looking at Google.
Okay, bro. I'm up against a break. Thank you so much for your comments, though. I appreciate it. All right, family, I got to take a break. Michelle Bryant, WNOV. So this conversation done took
Robert Moulton, George Pumphrey, Antonio Riley. WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee. Now, back to Say Something Real with your host, Michelle Bryant on WNOV.
All right, folks, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of callers. I had planned to cover some other things. My guest is running a little bit behind, but we got a lot of callers on this, so let's get them in. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Greetings.
Greetings, bro. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. What the brother said about the investment into AI is absolutely true. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of the arrogance of this country. In places like China, they have always embraced AI, and so they're ultimately going to end up becoming the leaders in a country where they don't need to debate over the significance or how it's going to be used and how to protect people or the dangers and all of that type of stuff. They're able to make decisions quickly, and so we have that opportunity to take advantage of that. We are worried about, how can we get Jewish students protectors on universities? That's what we got Congress worried about. But we also need to understand that AI is not as powerful as predicted. RI, real intelligence, is still very significant. We still can outdo a lot of them. It's just like what the teacher said, is a lot of us are lacking some common sense understanding, and that these AIs are only based upon the data that's put in them. And so the data is not diverse. And so you get authoritative lies, what they call hallucinations in the computer world, where these AI spit out stuff that seem like it's so right. It seems like it's bringing out something that is absolutely on point because a computer is doing it, and it turns out it's absolutely wrong. The computer has fabricated something.
Because everything is about input. Everything is about input.
That's right. And so if you don't have that input properly, which in America, they using sets based upon, that's another thing our young people have to get out, and we have to get out. Everything is at our tip because it's on the internet. No, it is not. When they released the AI chatbots, they allowed it to go roam free. What came out of that? It became a homicidal, genocidal maniac. They had to pull it back and then restrict the type of information it could grab from, because the majority of the internet is not what you think it is.
Right.
When it comes to interaction with human beings. And so we have to watch that and still understand that volumes of information are still in our elders, are still in collections and libraries. It's still in the university departments, but we don't run from the technology. We need to embrace it. And the last thing is Carter G. Woodson, when he made Black History Week, it was to celebrate the achievements of what you learned the whole year. It has nothing to do with it's only 30 days. When he first created his organization in 1915 through the Jubilee of Lincoln and the 50th anniversary of Chicago, they celebrated for 30 days the achievements of Black history. I actually had the legislature put in $75,000 back in 1915 in Illinois, which, we wonder what we're doing now. And so he did the week specifically to recognize what you was doing the whole year. And he actually, in the latter years of his life, was railing on people for calling people at the last minute on Black History Week to come speak and present to children. He said that was out of order. We need to be doing it all year round. So let's stop focusing on, it's just 30 days. That had nothing to do with it. Study the history. Peace.
All right. Thank you, bruh. Let me just drop in something from a listener who hit me on Facebook. She said, I graduated from Marquette University in 2016, and my daughter and I were actually in college together. I was at Marquette and she was at UW-Madison, so I am an older learner. I took a math class at Marquette that had an AI component to the class. The math was so difficult for me to understand, and I believe that this was a statistics class that I had no choice but to use the AI component of the class, because what we do was take the problem and it would break it down for me step by step almost like a tutor would have done for me. Then it would generate a question based off the previous problem for me to solve on my own. So it would keep doing that until I was comfortable to solve the problem on my own. Now the homework may have had 20 problems per assignment. I was comfortable to solve the problem on my own. Now the homework maybe had 20 problems per assignment, and it would take me a long time to finish using the AI component. But what it did was allow me the extra help that I needed in a real way to learn how to actually solve the problem on my own. It was an amazing program. It was extremely expensive. This was a $3,500 class, but it really helped me learn how to do this new math. This is something that we cannot run away from. We need to embrace it, and we don't. And if we don't, children in our community will be left behind in the next 10 to 20 years. So that was somebody weighing in. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning. I just wanted to make a public statement, please. And I know it's Happy Valentine's Day. In the future, I don't know who left that Wingstop bag and that empty bottle of water. Whoever did that, your coochie stinking. You got a bad pH balance, and I hope that man put a paper plate on.
Why do you do this, man? Okay, bruh, stop it. Why do you do this? Al, you got way too much damn sense to always be so ignorant on your references. Why do you do this? This ain't Comedy Central, bruh. Why do you do that? You are an intelligent black man. I know this for a fact. So in the midst of a serious conversation, you want to call in to complain about littering. Fine. But you, as a grown behind man, got to sit up here and talk about somebody's coochie? Bruh, read the room. Learn how to read the room, Al. It's a time and a place. It's a time and a place. But you too damn old to be doing stuff like that with these juvenile terminologies. You too old for that. And okay, let's have fun, but know when it's time. You can talk about something important like, neighborhood cleanliness without dragging it into the gutter all the time. I know that sells and it gets some people to giggle and some people think it's funny, but damn, bruh, you can't do that all the time, man. And I'm not the ignorant, low-level individual that finds that funny all the time, because that stuff is ignorant sometimes. And we had kids listening at times, even though most of them should be in school by now. But I'm just saying, man, every time you make a comment, it does not have to be littered with some type of sexual innuendo, some body part, some street vernacular gutter crap. If I didn't know that you got real good sense, I probably wouldn't be so frustrated because I wouldn't have no expectations for you. But I know you intelligent. I know you are. I know you got a real vocabulary. And I know you know how to string some words together. All right, let me go to the next caller. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is a very serious topic that you're talking about, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the stuff that we grab onto through the internet, even through Google and this AI thing, it's unretainable knowledge. People might Google 10 things a week, but most of this stuff is unretainable, opposed to you actually working for it, actually going and picking up a book and studying it. The reason why I'm able to remember so much is because I worked to get it. When you work to get something and achieve, for instance, these young people, they use GPS, right? They don't know how to get back to that place no more. They go back and hit them, and that's dangerous because you can be kidnapped and break a loose from the kidnapper and don't even know which way or what to go. You can't remember any landmarks or anything because you're listening to that thing. Go right, go left. I was going to New York one time, And I had somebody ride with me, and they want to put this. So I said, man, I know the ride. I've been doing this for great times. The thing kept telling me, go down, make it right, make a U-turn. And I said, hey, man, turn that garbage off. I know how to do this run. Okay, so it's a very dangerous thing. And then when you look at, we used to call Ready Reference, right? And our teachers didn't like us to do that. We called the main library. And I think Ready Reference is still available for answers that we didn't know. So, but guess what? Most of the stuff that I got from Ready Reference was not retainable. I didn't keep it because I didn't work through the process of gaining it. It's a dangerous thing. I heard a young brother talking about electric car. Electric cars, my man, is going to be very dangerous because if our grid or something gets hit and go down, it's almost going to be like shelter in place. You can't go. You can't move around. My buddy car ran out of fuel. Energizement, I'll call it, one of them Teslas down by Potawatomi. He had to pay $70 to get it towed out there to Outpost. I mean, come on now, when you could have just got a gas can and walked and get it. So I'm not embracing a lot of that stuff. And I'll tell you something, you were right when you said we have to put in order to make this thing work. I mean, there would be no synthesizer without a keyboard, a real pianist. So I understand all of that, but it has become dangerous. And GPS is a prime example. I tell you what, remember 10 phone numbers when I get off, just 5 phone numbers that are very important to you. And if you go to jail, you can't even remember, or if you get in a situation you can't remember. It's dumbing us down, and it's an evil genius idea. And guess what? It is working. And I'm out of here, and I'm looking forward to you guys.
All right, thank you so much. Let me just say this. While I will always have an old school car, that has a gas component. Now, whether or not the gas will be available for me to, to drive it is a whole nother conversation, depending on how things are going. But one of the other things conversation I had with my son that we talked about, number one, self-charging cars that don't have to be plugged up to anything. These self-charging cars that through a system of combustion engines and regenerative braking, they charge themselves. The other thing that we talked about when we were driving that Tesla, the ability to have a solar panel on top of that car to help keep that car charged. So it's not like, they will figure out how to keep these batteries from freezing. Like we saw the big story out of Chicago during the cold snap, Teslas was on the side of the road because the batteries was froze. They'll figure that part out. But we cannot run from technology. We got to figure out how to make it work for us, I guess is my only point. Let me take a break. I'll be right back.
Committed to supporting our community. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping adults and kids live.
entrepreneurship and obtaining wealth premier seminar is for you. Saturday, February.
WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee. Now, back to Say Something Real with your host, Michelle Bryant, on 860 WNOV.
All right, family, welcome back to the show. So I understand we have an eighth caller just because we want to, just because we have them. We want to make sure that we share our good fortune with listeners to the station. So first of all, let me find out who my caller is. Hey, caller, what's happening?
What's up now?
Hey, bro, you called in here trying to win something?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I'm actually going to give you a choice. I'm going to tell you that you can choose from one of three things. You can have any one of them you want, but you only get one of them, okay?
Okay.
So you can win 2 tickets to Black Lens, Black History Month films. These are amazing set of films that are offered during the month of February. Black subject matter and content. They are excellent. You can get 2 tickets to the Milwaukee Auto Show, February 24th to March 3rd. Or you can get 2 tickets to Harley Davidson Flat Out Friday Motorcycle Racing, which is happening on February 23rd at Fiserv Forum.
I'll take the Harley Davidson.
You know what? Those are my tickets. I knew no one was going to pick those and I would get to keep them. So who you taking?
I'm taking my brother. He's a Harley Davidson.
Oh, I'm so upset. Okay. Well, congratulations. I'm so glad y'all gonna go hang out. Look for me there because I want to go. So I'm gonna find me a pair of tickets laying around the building somewhere. Congratulations to you, bruh. What station just made you a winner?
WNOV.
My man. Hold on so Keith can get your information. Look, I messed it up. Say it again. W what?
WNOV 860.
My man. Hang on so Keon can get the information, okay?
Okay.
All right, appreciate it.
So, Michelle.
Yes, sir.
So, who when you get your tickets from the blood drive, who you taking to see Bob Marley?
We've moved on.
We ain't moved
We're
nowhere.
on another segment.
About to be some shelves moving.
I think I better let it go.
Looking back. Oh, man.
Let it go, baby.
I got you. I got a schedule next week.
Looks like another love. What?
Yeah, you know.
What is it? TKO. All right, let me get this caller, and then I've got a guest in studio who has reminded me that it's Valentine's Day. Got hearts all over her sweater. I'm like, what's the hearts about? It is Valentine's Day today. Let me take this caller. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning, Michelle. Good morning,
Good
Keon.
morning. Good
Listen,
morning.
I love our community. I like the way we take an issue and keep working it until it makes a lot of sense. The last couple of callers really broke things down. And, you know, when you talk about artificial intelligence, that's a bunch of brilliant people that have gotten together that have capitalized over some subject matters, okay? It is a computer program. You know what I'm saying? So it's not God. But look how dumb we've become. Look at how before we had these cell phones, we could remember hundreds of numbers. Do you know from using this?
I know 3. I know 3. I know 3 phone numbers.
Thank you very much. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Use that GPS going a direction that you know it will send you out of the way.
Yeah.
So, and that's the same thing that a friend of mine said.
No, because
Just
some of
like
them
that
are
last
geared
caller.
to take you through tolls because the toll companies, you know, toll organizations have relationships. So my favorite is driving to Detroit. If you pay attention to the GPS, it'll take you through every toll versus you can just stay on 94 and still go straight to Detroit like you used to be able to. But if you use GPS, it'll route you around the 294 or 894, some foolishness. And you like, I didn't even need to go this way. But some of the toll companies are connected.
When I use GPS, I get to an area where I know where I'm going. And then I let them take me where I know they won't take me a whole bunch of way out of the route.
Yes, ma'am.
But the next thing I want to say about our community is this, and I didn't get a chance to call in on the other day. But what broke my heart about the elderly lady calling about being put out of her apartment building, that must have touched our community in a lot of different ways. And I know it's some smart people out there, but when you talk about humanity, not just making a dollar for yourself, but look at someone living in your building for 12 years. You have no respect or regard for their well-being. Something is wrong with that picture. And I'm hoping that somebody that knows this person that's brokering this deal, that's that are putting these people out, talk to them. Because when you make a deal that hurt a lot of people, somewhere down the road, that deal is going to blow up in your face. Community, let's keep loving each other. Let's keep looking out for each other, and let's keep making the right moves. And I like what that teacher said. If you use something to educate yourself, if you want to be embarrassed, you go to artificial intelligence and let them work that problem out. And then that teacher call you up there to do that problem on the board, and you can't explain each step. You're going to look like a fool.
All right, thank you. I do want to
You have a
remind
great
people.
day, man.
Yes, ma'am. I do want to remind people though what the person who inboxed me on Facebook said, that in the software she used with AI, it showed her how to do the problem, and then the computer generated another problem and asked her to solve it on her own. So it wasn't just I did the problem for you. There are other components of AI that will then challenge you to be able to repeat the process. And she kept doing it, she said, until she finally learned how to do it. So it's not just I'm going to do the problem for you. In the story, you learn nothing. We got to make sure we understand fully the technology. Let me switch gears for a second. First of all, welcome the Heart Lady to the studio. Hey, Mary, how are you this morning? Happy Valentine's Day. I'm telling you, until you had that sweater on, I was like, oh, that's a cute sweater. It's Valentine's Day.
Hey, I'm spreading love.
You know what?
We need more love. We need love.
Anytime I see you, it usually means a good time or I'm about to learn something. Cool glasses, by the way. I like those. But you are here today. First of all, just so, because I said Mary, officially in your capacity with Granville Bid.
Right.
And so please tell people the name, the organization, so we got it all.
Okay, I'm Mary Honey. I've been the executive director of the Granville Business Improvement District for 11 years now. And I think we're seeing progress up there.
We are seeing, I live in the area.
I really think there's a feeling of optimism up there. And I think we are beginning to see a community feeling.
I mean, number one, most people associate Granville Bid with the I don't know if they're called accelerators today or some type, like old school we used to think incubators, but providing opportunity and spaces for people to coexist in terms of brick and mortar, where if they had to hold a lease and run a single standalone store, it would be difficult.
Right.
And so people are being given those opportunities. Granville Blues Festival. I mean, it's just like off the charts now. It's one of the summer must-attend events. There is more cohesiveness and sense of camaraderie that I'm noticing in the district. And so and the bid has been very instrumental in making that happen. But the other thing, and the reason why you're in here this morning, we understand also, when I moved to the area, that it was one of the first places that I moved to when I came to Wisconsin. My husband and I bought a house over an area, or a condo. The first property was a condo. It was the place to go.
Yes.
And homeowners anchored it. And like on the street that I live on now, those are all owners. And you get a very different sense and feeling about the area, from upkeep to investment to just everything, you understand. So you are doing something in relationship to increasing either home ownership or educating people about to become homeowners. Talk a little bit about the program you got going on this weekend.
What we've decided this year is we're looking at Granville from 4 perspectives, and obviously to work in Granville, obviously to have your business in Granville, grow your business in Granville. That's for our smaller entrepreneurs. The other thing is for large manufacturers to consider coming to Granville because there are employers to play in Granville. Join the community. I think we're very good at the play piece. Shop in Granville as we get our businesses, more and more businesses. The shopping will become a bigger part of Granville. And we hope to get that to come back through the Granville Connection and all of our other stores that are starting to come on the corridors. But in order to have a community, you have to have residents. And we have residents, and we have amazing housing in Granville, which most people don't know. It's this little secret, I think, that because all everyone thinks of is 76th Street, maybe 92nd Street, maybe Good Hope Road, and maybe Brown Deer. And you go flying down those streets, which we have to work on that flying piece. And that'd be maybe nicer if they drove and didn't fly. But it's a whole nother story for another day.
It is.
It's getting better.
What is that? 99th, they have put in all those speed.
Oh, God. Then they put in the speed bumps. Yeah.
But it's like 4 of them. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. You hit, if you're a golfer, beware when you're going over the speed bumps, and keep your clubs in your car. Oh, my God. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But the living in Granville piece, and Granville right now, I'm going to say a vast majority of our homeowners probably are aging older. Again, it's one of the reasons why the Blues Fest is so successful up there, because our residents are age older than the rest of the
Yeah,
city.
because a lot of the people in that area, city employees, that's where you move to. I hate to say it out loud, but like that's where you move to when you had residency requirements, and you didn't move outside of the city, but that was as far as you could go and still be in the city. So you got a lot of professionals, educators, fire and police out there.
Right.
So you're
Teachers.
right. Teachers.
A lot of teachers.
Yep.
So they've been our mainstay. And then we have other people who probably worked in the manufacturers when they moved, when the manufacturers moved out there about 35 years ago. So we are foreseeing a turnover just because of people aging out. So two things are happening. We're going to see more houses for sale. I would like to tell you, I'm glad I'm not going to tell you that there's a zillion houses for sale in Granville. Like everywhere right now, the housing situation is very, very tight. It probably is, but it is still a buyer's market if buyers are educated. And so what we fully believe that in the community, when you look at Granville, it's about 40,000 people. So it's almost a town in its own. If you're going to work in Granville, wouldn't it be cool if you lived in Granville? And to start creating that basically our younger folks out there, and by that I mean probably under 65, who are not retiring, and senior citizens, if you want to come into Granville, please come in. It'd be a great place to retire to. But that they actually, when they're looking for a home, don't negate the Granville area. I think there's a tendency for some folks to think, it's all apartments up there. No, there's homes and condos, beautiful condo areas. I think we can all attest to that, to the point that I will say one of the great, it's a positive and a negative depending on how you look at it. If you have to pay the property taxes, it probably doesn't make you happy, but our assessments in our condos have gone up higher than any other assessments in our area.
Oh, really?
And I think it's really cool because I remember 14 years ago when I started working up there, the condo situation, they were going down. They're creeping up. And
because when we bought, we
prices.
were in Highlands 1
Mhm,
when it was
right.
first built.
Okay.
And so we watched the area come up. I know in the area on the other side of Brown Deer, where there were condos back in there, we saw a lot of people struggling to try to sell those or
Right.
get a decent value for them. So I'm glad to hear that
We're seeing
is doing better.
the prices are definitely going up. The most amazing thing is, and when a couple years ago we did a home fair, and I actually thought that there'd be somewhat, like I would say, more affordable homes in Granville, and I was shocked that there wasn't much under, I'm going to say 150,000 condos, not a whole lot under 90, and that shocked me. I thought that the area was a bit more reasonable than that, more affordable than that. So it's good for the homeowners. But I can tell everyone there is opportunity in Granville because we are going up. The area has definitely, there's a feeling of positivity that did not exist before. I'm tired of being in the area that, that N word, we don't even use it anymore. And I'm talking about Northridge.
Right. No, I mean, but we're still waiting. We're waiting to see what the development is going to look like, because one of the things that I had to reconcile with, well, a couple of things. So living in the area, so I lived there like when I first came to Wisconsin, lived around the country, then primarily had lived in Sherman Park. So in the last 3 years, I've lived in the area again. Number one, driving over off of 91st, Calumet, going up to Brown Deer, I didn't really appreciate how many industrial type companies are back in that area. And when you look around, you're like, oh, and I see the hiring signs, but you did not appreciate, because it doesn't look industrial necessarily. And so that was one thing. But then going down Brown Deer now from 91st maybe on back down by 60th, and you're paying attention to the area, and you're like, okay, this is looking to me a little bit more like an industrial corridor kind of situation. And I'm wondering, for people that think about moving into that area, when they think about shopping and when they think about dining, and what do you say to the concerns where people are like, I don't know that I necessarily want to.
I think our movement is more now towards mixed. I know that on Brown Deer Road we do have one in particular, the Target was turned into industrial.
Right. I was surprised to see that new Dunkin' Donuts go in over there, though.
Right. Okay. Now, when we look at the Northridge property community out there, people out there, it's up to us, people, to make sure that that is what we want. And it was zoned years ago for industrial. And I will say on the air, I am 100% against that. I feel that
I am
this
very
neighborhood
worried.
deserves
They
better.
do. We do. We
We
Not saying they. We
deserve
do.
better. We deserve retail. We deserve a mix, meaning how homes,
Right.
condos, whatever. When we look at something, and this is when I look at the condo situation, I'm talking to you folks out there right now that are maybe you're any age and you just can't, you're just so sick of the cutting the grass, and the flower thing has had its day, and you'd rather be out listening to blues than having to cut the grass, and or whatever it is that we all love to do. And the house thing, the kids are gone, blah blah, done with that. Hey, look at a condo in Granville. And then you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your neighborhood, which is
because as people look at downsizing, it's a legitimate question.
Right. And you guys survived. The folks that live in Granville right now, you survived the bad part. We're turning around. Let's be part of that regrowth. So older folks who are sick of your houses, start looking at those condos, start paying attention. All you have to do
and
is
that affords the opportunity to bring in younger families
into the homes.
Yes, into
but
the homes.
Don't
we got
lose
children back in the area, bringing some, life and vitality,
some life,
income.
but we still keep our wisdom.
Exactly.
We keep our people, that are older, that provide wisdom and experience and just are nice to have.
And you know the area. You can educate people. I mean, and these people love the community. That was the one thing that became evident to me in moving into the area, back into the area, is that there are people that genuinely love the area. And when been, given the choice, some folks have said, no, I'm fine. I mean, like, I actually like where I live. And so I love the idea of making residents aware of the opportunities that exist. So this event that's happening, what can people expect when they come to it?
So everybody, what we're doing is this Saturday between noon and 2, we're doing a buy your home in Granville. Or if you really are interested in buying a home anywhere, please do attend, because we're going to tell you that buying a house is an option. I know if you listen to the news, buying a home is out of everyone's, if you don't have a house, you're going to be a renter until you die, and there's no options and there's no housing out there. And I just had this conversation with a friend, and I said, no, your child is saying they can't get a $400,000 house. Let's get real. There are homes out there for 140, 160. That is affordable for the average working family. So don't think you've got to pay. Somebody was talking about the person who, I don't know the back end of the story, but you don't have to pay the bad landlord. Let's get real. Let's start figuring out how you can get your own home if that's what you desire. If you like to rent, I personally am a renter. I don't want to deal with with grass. Never have. Not my thing. I don't shovel either.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, so the idea of renting is not foreign to a lot of people. Like in New York, I mean, the chances of ownership were slim,
right?
Just because of the market. We were fortunate. Our parents were able to, or my mom they were able to own their apartment, but that doesn't really happen often. And so there are some folks that, renting is fine. Right. Come rent in the area too. We take all comers. We take all comers.
If you want to buy a home, and even if it's kind of in the back of your mind, and if you're sitting here listening to the news, listening to the normal media streams, and you got this, you're kind of bummed about it that maybe I'll never be able to get a home, and a home with a bigger yard. I think that's one of the attractions of the Granville area. It's very suburban. And, some people love that. Some people don't. If you are out there thinking, I'd love to have a house, I'd love to have the kids and the dog have a yard, or I'd love to downsize my home. There's condos in Granville. Come with what I call a beginner's mind and listen to what we have to say. On Saturday, February 17th from noon to 2. It's a 2-hour Ask the experts and get resources about buying a home. It's buying anywhere. We're not gonna put this is not just about Granville. It is at the address has changed from what's on the billboard. It's 7817 West Brown Deer Road. It's the David C. Insurance Building. That insurance building is green. And it's on the corner of 78th and Brown Deer. You turn at Denny's and then make a sharp left turn into the parking lot of the C Insurance Building. It's a lunch and learn. So there'll be lunch. There'll be experts talking about all the aspects of buying a house. You may be ready to buy. They may get you encouraged that you can buy one tomorrow. But even if you're thinking in the next 18 months, you need to come, because seldom do you get 2 hours to really dig into people's minds.
So let me do this. Let me take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish it up, give people the information one more time, and see if we can't get some new residents out in Granville.
I think it'd be great.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back. Saturday over at 78th and Brown Deer, Green Building, 7817 West Brown Deer Road, the C Insurance Building, SEE, from noon to 2.
And everybody, spread the love today, but don't stop spreading the love. Come on, guys, we gotta make the world a positive place.
Well, I'm all for it, except for Keon. Bye, Keon. Thank you, young Carvey, who participated in the conversation this morning.
Who you look familiar? What's your name is?
You gonna know.
Movie.
You gonna want to
tomorrow.
know me.
Today. One love. Let's get together and be all right.
Good job.
There were soldiers in a revolution. There's